Okay, so we are going to talk today about how you can increase your profits from your SEO strategies and actually use analytics the right way so that you can actually improve your strategies. So that's what, like, the goal is really for me to help you understand um, SEO the right way and how to use it in your by looking at your analytics so that you can improve your profits, get more traffic, and actually make more revenue from your website. So that's what we're going to cover today. So my name is Amel. I'm in Montreal, Canada. I'm a SEO and web analytic consultant. So I help entrepreneurs, small and medium businesses improve their website performance and make more revenue, get more traffic. So that's what I do. I have my own web marketing agency. So that's where we focus on helping businesses. So what we're going to cover today, it's the first thing is understanding the new concept of SEO. I know there's like a lot of changes in the Google algorithm, and it's important for you to understand the what is the new SEO definition. By understanding that, you'll be able to be really, really effective online when you're doing or building your strategies and things like that. The second thing is we're going to talk about web analytics and looking at the analytics and learning how to extract insight from these analytics so that you can improve your marketing campaigns. Finally, I'm going to share with you a really proven 5-step structured approach that you can, if you follow correctly, you'll be able to succeed. That's the main goal of today. So the first thing, we're going to start obviously by talking about analytics. So the thing is, analytics is important. We have a lot of data online, and we need to learn as a marketer how to use this data. So the first 5 steps, that 5 stages that every marketer goes through are like you're looking at them right now. So the first one is really the denial. We don't want to hear about analytics. We know that there's a lot of, data going on online, so we don't want to look at it. The second stage is really anger. It's, oh my God, how can I use this data and be creative? I can't. It's not possible. The third stage is really where you are bargaining with yourself and with your team, where you're trying to, okay, how can I fit this data in my strategy? The fourth one is really you're depressed completely. It's you realize that data is actually, you have to learn math and learn how to use it so you can be successful online, because it's all about the numbers. And if you know your numbers, you'll be able to succeed. And finally, that's where you go through the acceptance phase, where you're like, all right, so I'm gonna just go with the analytics and do my best to be to actually use this data the right way. And that's important for you to understand, because right now about 48% of marketers feel overwhelmed when they handle the volume that we have of data. There's really so much data outside and out there that we really don't know how to use it. And actually what happens because of that, it's there's a survey by Domo. They surveyed like about 300 marketers, and they realized that 50% of them agreed with this statement, that marketing reports they received are actually lacking key information, and 40% of them actually are saying that they are lacking the ROI metric. So they can't really understand how this own marketing strategy they're doing, if it's SEO or analytics or whatever, how all this actually transform into an ROI in a way. All right, so it's difficult to understand, and they don't really see it, and that's why, imagine 40% of them, they don't see that ROI in their marketing strategy. And if you're a marketer right now and you're working maybe as like for you have a manager and a boss, and this is actually you, I'm sure you feel the same way, and you are experiencing the same thing here. Your boss is expecting from you that you provide data-driven results. That's what he wants. And as you can see here in the results from the survey, 35% strongly agreed and 47% agreed. So it's really important for your manager or your boss that you come up with the kind of the data driven results and explain to them, here is the strategy that we went through and here's the ROI, and you're able to link these two together. And if you don't do that, for them it's kind of, they don't really see how all these efforts and this money that they are putting in marketing is transforming into revenue, into money. And that's where you come into play in a way. And as you can see here, it's from this the most important objectives for data-driven marketing in the year ahead is really increase revenue attributed to marketing. The sound. All right, sorry about that, guys. Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me correctly, just type yes, or if you're experiencing some problems. Okay, good. All right, good, because I saw in the text that someone couldn't hear me well, so that's why I'm asking you. Okay, guys. So as you can see, marketers want to be recognized, and if you're a marketer yourself, I'm pretty much sure at what 100% you feel that frustration too. You want to be recognized as the ROI mover and shaker for data-driven marketing performance. You want really to be that person who people come to you and you're able to build a strategy and show the ROI and show that, oh, look, this is how my campaign was able to increase revenue or or increase sign-ups or whatever the goal of the business is. And you want to be that person. You want to be that rock star, marketing rock star in your company. And to be able to do that, to achieve that, you need to learn how to look at the data, look at your SEO strategy, understand what's happening, and learn how to extract insights and implement them and create a strategy, a really well-performing strategy from that data. And understanding data is really key. So now we're going to talk about search engine optimization. And you're all here because you know about SEO, and you know that it's changing frequently and Google is updating their algorithm. But actually, it's if you learn the basics, you learn the best practices, you understand what Google wants and even what the search engines in general want, and their goal and their missions, it will be easier for you to build a successful SEO strategy and not something that it's difficult really to do. So if you already have running SEO and learning about SEO, my definition of SEO, the way I see SEO and my concept of SEO through all my experience, now it's 10 years I've been doing SEO and web analytics, and all my clients and all my tests and experiments, I really found out that SEO for me it's more as a SEO to the third power. Now I'm going to explain what is the SEO to the third power, and you're going to understand if you apply this concept of SEO, if you take that new definition and build your strategies, build your website around that specific definition, you'll be successful online with your website and your campaigns. So what happens here is the third power. So the third power is really in the E. Okay, we all know that search, the E means engine for us. That's what we think about, like SEO, search engine optimization. But the way I see it, through all the algorithms changes, SEO means more as search experience optimization, search engine optimization, and finally search engagement optimization. So if you're able to understand that and apply this knowledge to your strategy, you will be successful with your SEO. So when I talk about search experience optimization here, what I mean by that, and I'm sure you saw that, like Google made a lot of algorithms updates, and what happens is it's all about the experience that you're having on the site. So making sure all the the site doesn't have too much coding there, and there's not too much script that makes your website maybe too slow and things like that. So the search experience starts really in the landing page. Okay, so imagine each page on your website in a way is actually a landing page. So for Google Webmaster Tool, when you, for Google Analytics, when you look at this definition of search experience optimization on the landing page, it's really to optimize your landing pages for best experience. Okay, so what happens here, you look at your web analytics metrics like back to search bounce rate, and I'm going to explain it, and conversion and revenue, and then the average session duration. So the back to search bounce rate, this is really an important metric that not a lot of people think about, and marketers. But this, what means is when somebody goes online and search for a keyword or key phrase or key term, and then they found you, and then they click, and then they land on your landing page. So if they don't find your landing page relevant, if the landing page is not relevant to whatever they were searching for, first thing they're going to do, they're going to come back to the search engine. So that's a back to search bounce rate. And if you have too much of that on your website in general, on your landing pages, what happens is it is going to affect your ranking, it's going to affect your SEO. So that's because it's the experience that the search users had when they were on the search engine, when they're searching for the keyword, and they land on the page where their experience was really not good because they didn't find what they were looking for. So first thing they did, they came back to the search engine. So that's actually kind of a signal for the search engine, if it happens too much, that there's something wrong with this landing page. This landing page is not relevant to whatever search term or query that were happening in the search engine. So the conversion and revenue, this is really straightforward. It's how your landing page is converting. Okay, so this means that if your landing page is well designed, and it's going to convert. So if it's signups, or if you're selling something, depending on what you have to offer. So if it's converting well, it means that the people who are coming to the page are having a good experience, and they are actually bringing revenue to the business. The average session duration is, it's really how long they're staying on your page. Are they just coming and saying a few seconds and they leave, or are they coming, they stay really like almost a minute or two, and then they leave? So this is different. This is like the signal is different for, and it's going to affect your SEO in a different way. Okay. And also when we talk about experience, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here, it's for example, the search, this is on the search engine rankings, as a search engine ranking signals. What I said before about the back to the search, bounce rate, it's what we call the dwell time. All right, so the dwell time, this metric means really that they just came back to the search engine. So they really didn't find your page really helpful at all. It's not relevant, so they came back. The site speed, this is really the experience that you want to give your users on your page, on your landing page. If your page has too much images and they are not optimized, and it makes your site like slow and the page slow, the experience your user will have on the landing page really will be bad. They will not be happy about it. So what's going to happen, this is going to affect your SEO, because if you look at the web analytics, you can see that we can run a report about the site speed. So which means that this, in a way, actually has an importance for the algorithm. And actually, Google updated their algorithm not long ago, and they included the site speed as a ranking signal. Then it's part of the second E, which is the search experience optimization. And finally, the mobile friendliness, obviously. So you know that since April 21st, 2015, Google updated their algorithm. Now, if they want all website to be mobile friendly, because they care about the user experience. That's why. So mobile friendliness, I mean, there's a lot of talk about it. A lot of people say it doesn't affect. The way I see it, through my experience, through all my experiments and tests and everything, it does actually affect the ranking and your SEO, and indirectly. Okay, so what happens in a way, your website usually, let's say before the update, usually had a specific click-through rate, like an average click-through rate, which is, when someone click on the search engine to come to your site. So you have many impressions and people click, and that's what we call a click-through rate. And I'm sure, hopefully you know that. So what happens is, your click-through rate, before the update, you had like maybe a good click-through rate. But when Google changed the algorithm and they added the mobile friendliness, what happened? Your click-through rate on mobile devices went maybe down, because, as you know, Google will give, if for the same keyword, and if you are not mobile friendly and your competitor is mobile friendly, well, they're going to serve your competitor results and not your page. So what happens is your click-through rate on mobile will go down, and by that, your ranking on the mobile will go down, and actually it affects your average overall website click-through rate. So that what happens because of that, um, it will indirectly affect your SEO and your ranking. So you have to make sure that you are offering the best experience to your users on desktop and on mobile. So this way you're not losing the click-through rate, and people are still finding you on both devices, and they are still clicking and coming to your website. So your average click-through rate would be still good. And the third E, which is the search engagement optimization, if you look at it from the web analytics perspective and the data that explain why it's important, we talk about this metrics, the SERP click-through rate, so which is the search engine result pages for SERPs, click-through rate, which means if people are on the search engines, they're searching for a keyword, they see your results. So they see the headline, the title of your page, they see the description. Now, if they click, that's a click-through rate. So this actually, it means that your title and your description are relevant to whatever they were looking for. It means that they're going to engage with that small snippet of content. If they click and come to the site and they not come back to the search engine, all right, because their experience is good, they found what they were looking for, your page, your landing page was actually relevant to whatever they were looking for, so they're going to stay. They spend few minutes on your site. So that's actually a good thing for you, a good thing for your website, and it's going to help your ranking, it's going to help your SEO. The second metric is the behavior flow. The behavior flow, it's really, what are they doing on your website? I mean, they come to the landing page, they maybe stay 1 minute or two, but what do they do next? Do they leave? Do they click and go visit another page? So this behavior actually is important for your overall SEO and for your strategy and overall strategy. So the third one is the shares. Say if you have a post and people are they engaging enough with your content to share the content, to maybe tweet about it, to comment, and things like that. For the last one is, this one is kind of new and not new at the same time. Google Analytics added this metrics just I think 2 years ago, but it's not really yet really used and like as it should be, and it's called the data hub activity. Okay, so the data hub activity is super important, and it can help you immensely with your ranking in your SEO. So the engagement here in terms of a search engine, okay, so what they are looking for in a way, it's really the social signals. I'm sure you heard about that before. And the social signals, as I explained in the other slide, it's really people who comment, who share, who and plus you on Google Plus and so on. So that's the social signals. So the more you're active, the more it's going to actually give good results to your page ranking. All right, and the second one is the pages per sessions. All right, so if they come in one session and they are staying 15 minutes, well, how many pages they visited on your website? Did they just stay in one? Did they like go from one page to another, as I explained before, like that's their behavior flow, or they just left? That's important for search engines to know that, to see that your users are engaging on your website. The final is the conversions. Well, we can track conversion on Google Analytics by creating goals. So what happens here? Are these pages really engaging enough so that people can, take action, maybe click and sign up or register, or maybe they buy your product. So this is really important, and can help your overall performance in SEO and for your marketing campaign in general. So when I talk about the behavior flow, there's a report on Google Analytics, and this is how it looks like. So you will actually be able to see the entire user journey on your website when they were visiting your pages, when they are moving from one page to another, and you can actually follow the overall. You're not going to have, it's more complicated, but you can't have like individuals, but you can have the overall users. All right, so you can see the pages that where people are where they came from, what's the second page they visited the most, the third page they visited the most, where they left your website. So this is really cool because you can look at how they are behaving, how they are engaging with your website, and what's their journey on your site. And you'll find it in the Google Analytics behavior flow report. Okay, the other one that I talked about was the data hub activity. So what happens here, it's really cool because Google partnered with their hub, like the data hub networks. And as you can see here in the slide, you have Pocket, you have obviously Google Plus, you have Delicious, and you have there's other like more. And the cool thing about this, it's if you have accounts, open an account in these places, and you're active in these places, and people are mentioning your website, and they are mentioning your brand, and maybe putting links in there, then these activities will send a signal to Google, and it will show up on your Data Hub activity report. So just if you don't know Delicious Dig and all these, they are social bookmarking sites. Okay, Discuss is a Q&A site. It's question and answer website, and that's what it's cool about this. It's because these, you can actually all connect them to each other. Like you can connect them, and then you'll be able to, when you are publishing content, to uh, maybe promote that content on the Pocket app, on Reddit, on Google Plus, on Dig, and all these places, so that you share that with your audience. Okay, so more people will know about your content. So that's create, as I said, a signal, and this actually will help your SEO. So that's what it's called. It's going to help your ranking because people are engaging with your content. So that's what Google wants. So if I have to summarize the new, for me, what means the SEO means, really, after these 10 years of work and expertise, it's really search engine optimization. So we're optimizing for the search engine itself by having the best practices. The second one is really to search experience optimization. So making sure my users have the best experience on my pages by making sure my site is fast, by making sure that they find what they're looking for, and so on. The third one, which is the search engagement optimization, which is making sure that your pages are really well designed, and really that's exactly what they are looking for. So they're going to engage with them. So they want to stay there, maybe click, visit other pages, convert to whatever the conversion you are looking for, if it's a sign up, or if it's a registration, or if it's buying something. Okay, so that's the summary of the new, for me, what means the new SEO. And so now that we know what the search engine is looking for and what's important for them, we want to look at our strategy and look at the data and on analytics and learn how to use them correctly, so that we can finally create a performing strategy and really increase the revenue. So this is really for you, this is like a small plan, a small strategy that you can use to tomorrow and maybe today to improve your performance. Right, so you can print it and have it on your wall, and then really seriously try to implement it. And I can tell you, I can guarantee that you will see results. So the first thing that you need to do, you have to make a list of the top 10 to 20 landing pages with medium traffic and high conversion rate from organic source, because we're talking about SEO. All right, We're not talking about social media or referral traffic. It's really organic source. So now, depending on the website, if you have a website with, I don't know, thousands of pages, it's maybe more tricky. So you decide on how many pages you want to focus on, but usually it's better to focus on a small, small bulk of, and create a strategy for these maybe 10, 20 pages, like one by one, instead of, trying to focus on 100 or 200 pages. It's more complex. So you decide on how many pages, but just test it for, and you'll see we start with that. Start with 10 to 20 landing page. The second one is to analyze the keywords from which each individual landing page is actually getting traffic from the organic source, from Google, Bing, and so on. All right. We're going to focus on Google today because, we don't have too much time to review Bing too. The third one is really, once you have these pages, you have the analytics related to these pages. Now, what do we do next? The third one is really to plan and implement a strategy, and an off-page SEO strategy to each landing page. So when I mean by off-page SEO, if you are new to SEO, off-page SEO means all the activities, promotions, mentions that you do outside of your website, and you are actually linking to your site. Okay, so you're promoting your site, you're marketing your pages. That's off-page SEO, to make it super easy to understand. So how do we go about it? So the first thing, as I said, go to your Google Analytics, and then go to the behavior report on the left side menu, and then click on landing pages. Okay, so when you're there, that's what you see, as you can see here in this small window. So I mean, on the slide, yeah. Excuse me, just give me 1 second. Right. So yeah. So what you need to do now, we need really to go deep. So we need to only isolate the source from organic traffic, and not from social and something like that. So we need to really click on advance and customize our report. So first thing you need to do, it's really to click on, as I said, landing pages, and then advanced, and then source for the dimension, secondary dimension. Select source medium as organic. If you click just source medium, just to give you an idea here, all right, what you're going to see, all the source of traffic that's coming to the site. But the thing is, we only want organic source. We don't want a referral source. As you can see here on this page, like for example, you see Yahoo search, you see direct traffic, you see referral traffic, and you see organic. But for us, because we're just focusing on SEO strategy, we need to isolate the organic source. So what you need to do, and how to go about doing that, you select advance to customize your report, and then you, in the source, you add the source medium, and then you enter organic, because that's what we want to do. We just want organic source. I know I repeat myself, but it's important to follow these steps to make it, to get it right. The second one is the conversion. All right, obviously on your Google Analytics, you need to have conversion. You need to have goals and track goals, so you're able to know if your pages on your website is converting correctly. All right. So the second, it's to select whatever conversion you want to analyze. Okay, and then a conversion, it's the greater than 1. You decide if you want the conversion greater than 3, 5, 6, 10, whatever your goal is. Okay, so let's make it simple here. If I just have a page that has only 1 conversion, that's okay for this example. Or I can decide that, what, for me, a good conversion, it's 5 conversion. So you can put 5 there. For the sessions, now I want, as I said, I want pages, landing pages with medium traffic. So I have to define what is a medium traffic for me. Okay, what is a high traffic page? What is a medium traffic page? So for this example, it's a small content site. So I went with, for the session, less than 150, and for the minimum, it's actually greater than 20. All right, so if a page has more than 20 sessions and less than 150, for me, it's a medium. For this website, it's a medium traffic page. So you, as I said, this is an example, but you, at the end of the day, you decide what is defined as a medium traffic page. So now when you do that, that's the cool part of all the SEO and analytics. So what happens here, what happens actually here, it's you have your report, it's customized, it's advanced. Now you can see on your report on the left side, you can see the landing pages, all right, and you see the source organic. And then if you look at the green, if you look at the green part there, the conversion, you have a conversion rate, and then you have how many conversion happen on that page. Okay, so what happens here, the conversion rate is important for us, because if it's converting well, it means it's a good page, so we can actually focus on them. All right, so the insight from looking at this report, hopefully can just, I'm going to ask you a question. Can you see the slides correctly, and in the, and the sound is okay? Please type yes if the sound is okay, and if you can see the entire slide, because I don't see the entire slide from my end. Okay, so Anton, can you see the entire slide? It's big enough? Okay, cool. So as I said, so the insight from this report, it's actually, as you can see, you have the landing pages and you have their conversion rate. And so what's happening here, it's you can see which pages go converting the best. And for this example here, one of the pages, and I'm sorry, you can mask them for privacy reason. So for number one, for the first landing page, for example, they had 52 sessions and they had 100% conversion on that page, right? And here, this example is for signups, for newsletter signups. So imagine 52 people came, 52 people signed up, which is, it's fantastic. That's what we want. We want 100% conversion, ideally, but it depends on what you're going to see, what you're going to find out on your own report. Okay, now here is the insight. If I know that if I send the traffic to my landing page and 100% of them convert, well, if I double the traffic, I can actually expect to double the sign up. All right, so that's the cool thing about the analytics. It's you can actually make assumptions, and then you can build a strategy, and then the strategy and the results will actually confirm your assumption. So now where we start, so to build our SEO strategy, we see that this page from organic source, it's converting at 100%. So if I am able to increase the traffic from organic source to this page specifically, I can expect the 100% conversion. Now, even if I had 80% conversion from this, by doubling the traffic, I'm going to double the revenue either way. Okay, and signups or whatever your conversion is. So that's really the cool part here, because imagine if you're selling something on this landing page at $10 and you're sending 52 sessions, and actually 100% of them convert, then you're making $500 from that page. So imagine if you're doubling the traffic, you may double the revenue to $1,000 by just doubling the traffic. Or even if you make 800, where you still made a profit there. Okay, so that's the cool thing about SEO and analytics, and how to actually look at the analytics and actually improve your performance and your revenue, which is the most important part here. Now, this is from the Google Analytics, part, right, for Google Analytics. Now we have the top 10 pages with medium traffic, and we know that they convert, and we know exactly the conversion rate. Okay, so the next step we need to do, I'm sorry, I went too far. The next step we need to do, we need to go to Google Search Console. Now, why do we do that? Because in our plan, I need to know how to increase the traffic to that page. So to know that, I need to actually find out what are the keywords and key phrases and terms that are actually sending me traffic to that page. Okay, so what's happening on the search result page? So by going to Google Search Console, on the left side, okay, you need to go to search traffic and then click on search analytics. So I hope Google didn't change anything, because sometimes they do change names in the menu and move things on the menu. So, but right now you go to search traffic, search analytics, and then you click on pages, because that's what we want to analyze. So select pages, then click on one of the top pages that you are actually analyzing, and then you select queries. So here's, as you can see with the orange arrow, you click on filter, okay, and once you do that, remember on Google Analytics, we already defined and we already, have the list of the 10 top converting pages, for example. So you know exactly the URL of that page. So the next step is to enter the URL, the name of that URL, and then click on filter. And what happens after that, which is really cool, it's you will have access to the page, and you have the click, you have the impressions, you have the click-through rate on the search result pages, and you also have the position of that page on the search results. So you'll be able to analyze that. And as you can see with the orange arrow, it's exactly that page that we are, actually looking at. So from here, once you get here, okay, you click on queries. Right, and you'll be able to, this webinar is recorded, so you will be able to review this part, so you can follow it at the same time when you're doing your own analysis. So click on queries, and as soon as you click on queries, well, that the beauty happens there. You will actually find out exactly the keywords that are sending traffic to that specific page that you previously found that it's well converting, right? So for example, so in here, we know exactly the keywords. We know how many clicks this page got from that page. That keyword. We know the impressions. We know the position and the click-through rate and everything. So from now, like, okay, this is the cool part. This is where the fun begins, because you'll be able to have a list of keywords for each page, and then you'll be able to know, okay, for this keyword is actually sending us traffic, but not enough traffic. How can we build a strategy around this keyword so we can have more traffic from this keyword? Or maybe how can we improve the position of this page for that specific keyword on the search engine? So you need to then, that's where the fun begins. Actually, you need to start brainstorming ideas on what's the strategy you can build for these keywords and for these landing pages. So how would you do that? Like, how do you go about building a strategy and like by analyzing, analytics, using analytics? So the easy way to do that is to follow this strategy. It's what I call the 5 easy steps. Okay, from data to profitable results. So if you follow this, you'll be able to actually analyze and get insight and have fun with your data analytics. So the first thing, which is the first important thing, is to ask the right questions to get the answers you need from your data. All right, as you can see, and I'm going to show you examples so you're not going to be confused, or how do I do that? So here's simple examples for you of how to ask the right questions so you can build a performing strategy. First, for example, you can say, all right, does the traffic from organic source convert better than traffic from social source? So let's say you're spending really a lot of time on social media and you're not focusing on SEO at all. And actually you go and you look at your analytics and then you ask yourself, where is organic converting better, or is it social media? So you look at the analytics and maybe you're going to discover that, well, organic source is converting way, way, way higher than social media, and I'm spending so much time and effort and budget on social media. So now you can actually take really good decisions, and you can say, you know what, I'm not saying to stop working, like doing work on social media, but you will be able to rearrange maybe your time, your effort, your budget, whatever, and put it on what's really working. So you will focus more on SEO and maybe less on social media. And then you keep tracking, measuring. This is really important. The second one is, does users, for example, accessing our website through mobile device results in better conversion? So if you ask this question, you'll be able to go to your analytics. If you find out that it's true, well, and you don't have a good mobile experience with your website, well, you have to you better go and make your website really, really awesome on mobile. Okay, so that's what this question, why this question is important. So, and learning how to ask questions before even starting to analyze the data, that's what makes you a super smart marketer and a rock star marketer. Okay, and the final example is, does a specific country or city has a better conversion rate than another? And that's cool, because we're actually, all of us, all companies are now they sell worldwide, and their audience is worldwide. So let's say if you have a company in the US, and then you're doing your strategies, and you think for sure that people in your country, let's say in the US, are converting better, but you don't know. You just doing your effort, putting a lot of efforts and energy and budget on that specific segment, like country. Then sometime you ask yourself, hey, is another country better? And you go, you look at your analytics, then you find out that maybe, I don't know, the UK is converting better, maybe Australia is converting better, and then you'll be like, wow, what am I doing? Then you can start focusing a little bit more on this country, maybe building a specific campaign for them, and even if it's, I mean, SEO, or if it's PPC advertising, or maybe social media, that you'll be able to take really good decisions that's going to help you perform really well with your marketing, okay, and improve your ranking and improve your revenue. The second step here, it's, are you focusing on the right metrics and tracking the KPIs that matter the most for your business objectives, okay? So if, as I said, if you don't ask the right questions and you don't know how to look at your data and extract meaningful insight, you may be focusing on metrics that really don't matter, or not really don't matter, but they're not super important right now in your business. And if you're focusing on them, they may not help you improve the profit or the revenue. So you have to make sure that you start by creating, objectives and goals, and then looking at the metrics that will actually are connected and linked to these objectives and goals. So that's what's important here. Then the third step, it's really, do you have access to all the analytics? That's really important, actually, all the necessary data for you so that you can plan your strategy. So do you have your Google Analytics script on all your pages? Or you have to make sure that that it's there. Don't, assume that it's there. You need to make sure that it's there. Do you have the right script? Because, Google Analytics now, it's universal analytics, and Google asks us to change the script from the old version to the new version, which is Google Universal. So is your website using the right Google Analytics Universal script? If not, then make sure you do that, okay? And also, are you, as I said, are you actually tracking the events? Do you have actually, as I said, the script everywhere? Do you have access to social media analytics? Are you using tracking URL in your emails, so you can track if people are clicking on that link, if they are converting or not, okay? So you use specific what we call a UTM. You add a UTM script in your URL, and it will help track what's happening in your email, or even your website if you're sending them somewhere else and you want to make sure that what's happening with your website. um, the fourth step, it's really, are you taking a focused, detail oriented approach to studying your data? All right, as I said, it's data is important. We have a lot of data, but we need to be patient. We need to have that analytics thinking. So if you have it, then have fun with it. Like, we approach analytics with because it's fun. You're gonna learn more about your users. You're gonna learn about where they are, where they came from, what makes them engage with your content, what makes them convert. I mean, that's fun. It's going to be fun for you to look at the data, focus on, read the details, and then improve your website and landing pages. And actually, by improving that, you will improve your revenue. You will make more profit because of that, because you understand how to look into the details. If you're not that person, if you are not analytics, or maybe if you don't get it with the details, you're like, you look at the overall picture as a person and you don't like looking at the details, well, find someone who does that. Or or maybe in your team, if you are in a marketing firm, maybe somebody else has that that analytics approach, and he can help you out, and so on. So or maybe you can just learn how to do it yourself, with some help. Okay. So the fifth step in our approach, it's really, what are the most important result-oriented recommendation you can make from the data. So we gathered all the data, we looked at it. Now what do we do next? So we need to learn how to extract recommendations from our data, and that's the fun part, because by extracting the recommendation and insights, we are able to build really high performing campaigns, or improve the one that we already have, because now we know what's happening, we know what works, we know what doesn't work, and we can improve our current campaign, or create a new really well performing campaign. So just to give you the takeaways of all, we're almost done, of all this webinar. And here's the steps for you that you could take. Like you can print this slide and follow them to be successful with your campaign. So learn to ask the right questions. This is very important. Create your web analytics framework. And the web analytics framework, it's actually looking at your objectives, defining the objectives of your website overall, defining the goals of each page and the goal of the website overall, and so on. That's where you actually go find the KPI that are related to these goals and objectives and build your web analytics framework. The third one is collect and mine the necessary data. So don't go and mine data that doesn't really help you. So just focus on the data that matters the most to your objectives and goals and business in overall. And fourth, uncover and extract useful insights. As I said, once you are gathering all this data, looking at it, asking the right question, then what next? Next is really to get insight, extract insight, and finally map out your performance action plan, which is really a performance campaign. It's what are we going to do next now that we know that the organic, these landing pages are really converting high on organic source, from the traffic they're getting from organic source. So what do we do next? Well, we have to increase traffic. The conversion is good. Don't touch the conversion. Well, let's increase traffic and see what happens. So you start increasing traffic, and then you, as I said, track, analyze, measure, and then improve the performance. Okay. So my final word here, it's knowledge plus action equals success. So all this information that I'm sharing with you, they work. This is really what I do for my clients and for my, that's what works. So if you have this knowledge and you do nothing with it, it's not going to be helpful at all. And I want you to succeed in whatever field you are, and as a marketer, or as an entrepreneur or business owner, using SEO and data analytics. So use this knowledge, take action, and you will see success. So just to give you another gift here, just print this slide again. So you have three slides to print and put them on your wall to make this work. So the 5-step process from data to profit. So how you can turn this marketing data and make them actionable results, like to see actionable results from them. First thing in these steps is to ask the right questions. The second one is to figure out your goals and objectives and find the right KPI, which we call the web analytics framework. The third one is really to collect and mine the right data that makes sense to your business. Fourth is to extract the insight, which means recommendations. And finally, from these recommendations, you can create an action plan. So you're going from data to insights to actions to profits. So, and that's what we want for you. So it's really, really important to follow the steps, and you will succeed. So so as a gift for you, and here's what I'm doing, a special offer for you, because I really appreciate you being here, and as a, it's important also to do that for you, to help you out. I'm offering you a discount on a one-on-one customized, really private customized virtual analytics and SEO coaching program. If you're interested, just go to this URL, and we can connect and talk more about how I can help you out with your SEO and analytics reports. So finally, I want to thank you very much for being here today. I want to thank Anton and Web Promo Expert for having me. I hope you enjoyed the content, that you learned new things that you can use today. So thank you very much. If you have questions, just put them in the text box. And if you want to connect with me on Twitter, you have my handle under my picture there. And if you want to tweet about the content of this slide, you can use the hashtag Gotta Love SEO. You have it there on the bottom right. So thank you very much. Thank you, Anton. So I'm just waiting for your question if you have any. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to put the link there. Yes. The question is, can I put the link on the text? Okay. So, all right. So I'm open to your questions. So if you have any question, as I said, please feel free to, I mean, I'm a detailed person, so hopefully I gave you the best information possible to help you out and to remove any confusion or anything like that. So I have a question here from Bodan. What do you think about Google Plus for brands okay, SMB? Really, Google Plus is super important. And here's the thing, just think about it this way. I know Google, they say they don't play favorite, but let's face it, Google Plus is part of Google. And what's good about Google Plus, it's what happens, yeah, for even for small businesses or for an entrepreneur or for anybody, for if you want to position yourself as the expert in your field, you have to use Google Plus. So the cool thing about Google Plus, when you post, when you're posting a post, content on Google Plus, this content can be actually crawled and indexed and even this served on the search result pages. So you can actually get traffic from it. And not only that, remember in one of the slides I talked about social signals. So if you have an account, even if it's, as I said, even if it's SMB, small, medium businesses, or an entrepreneur or marketer, if you're using it and people are interacting with you, that plusing your post, if they are commenting and stuff like that, and sharing your content, well, all these are actually social signals. And since it's Google Plus, and it's really important because it's connected to Google. So that's why I recommend to use Google Plus. Actually, it's a must-have. You can't really do without it. Okay, and it's a different platform, obviously, and it's different from Facebook or if it's or LinkedIn. So that's why you need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan. So how I'm going to use it. You need to know who are the people who are using the Google Plus platform, because they're different from the way they use Facebook or LinkedIn. So you need to understand them and then start publishing content that's relevant to what they are looking for. That's the important thing to remember. Oh, excuse me here. Sorry. I have another question. I'm going to come back to you, Fabian. I'm going to look at what's happening with the link there. Sorry about that, guys. As I said, I had some technical problem yesterday, so I'm just going to make sure it's working properly. Yeah, so I have another question from Rabil. Okay. How can we segment data from analytics for mobile and desktop if we are using dynamic serving or adaptive technology instead of responsive website? Wow, this is going to take a while, so I'm just going to try to do my best and make it quick to answer you. It's really, here's the thing. As I said before, it's mobile, and it's like a fight between mobile and desktop. So if you are really using it for if you see, actually first you have to segment segment your traffic and look at your mobile traffic and see how they are actually engaging on your website to make sure that, well, it's working properly. All right, so it's what I mean by that, it's yeah, sorry about the link. It seems that there's a technical problem with my server, so it's going to get back up in a few minutes, so don't worry about it. And sorry about that. Yeah, so you can contact me on Twitter if you want more, information later on. So as I said, Rabil, it's really important to segment the traffic, and it's easy to do that on your Google Analytics in the report section. It's I don't remember the exact thing, but I need to look at it to be able to tell you how to do that, and maybe take a screenshot and show it to you. But as I said, you need to understand their behavior. Okay, you have to understand how they are behaving on your site. And if you're creating you're using a dynamic serving, what happens is, if they're coming from search engine, all right, and the search engine is able to identify if they are from mobile or desktop. Now the link that actually serve the mobile, sometimes make sure that it's the script is correct, because sometimes it may not work. So just please make sure that it works properly. But actually it's a good thing, because the search engine is able to see that you're trying to serve another page, another version mobile version of your site to your users, and it's actually a good thing. Okay, it means that you are doing efforts to be mobile friendly. So do not I mean get scared about it. Now the thing is, because this question is really complex, now you're serving another version of your site. Now it all depends for the segmentation on Google Analytics. It all depends on, is it on the same website domain, or do you have your mobile version that you're serving dynamically actually on a subdomain, like m.domain.com. So this is different because this is a subdomain, and your domain, it's another website. So when they come here, you're serving them another website. So you are actually, it's like a redirect. You're redirecting them to the mobile version. Okay, so by having the script, actually what you're doing, it's a good thing, because you're signaling to the search engines that, hey, I'm doing my best to be user friendly, and I'm serving them a mobile version. Okay, now for analytics, it's different because it's two different websites. So if you have analytics on the mobile version of the website, and you have another different analytics on the main website, then you have two different properties, and you have like two different views, and you're not going to be, it's really going to be different. You're going to look at mobile separately from the website. Okay, so to segment them, it's kind of easy, because there you have traffic, you're actually having a different script, so you'll be able to really look at what's happening on mobile. Now if you have them on, like you have your website maybe on what we call a subdomain, actually a subdirectory, excuse me, not a subdomain, subdirectory, then it's different. Then it's the same website, and you have the same Google Analytics code, then it's easy. That's something else. So it really depends on what you have, on how you actually structured your website. And I hope I helped you, and I hope I answered you. But as I said, it's more complex. But I hope at least I gave you some ideas that you can use. I don't see any other questions, so I don't know, Anton, if you want to text me, you type me if you want us to close this the webinar. So okay, thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Thank you for your time. As I said, you can follow me on Twitter.